going on? What's happening? And welcome back to the Classmate Podcast. I am your host with the most, A Rod Go Hard, and this is.
KB, the hood Iyanla.
Just want to apologize for the last 2 weeks. Like, all three of us have been busy trying to get things done. And that's just why we haven't been able to come and give y'all what we give y'all. But just want to let y'all know that we ain't going nowhere. So, hey, how you doing?
I wasn't ready.
I don't think anybody was. I don't think anybody was. So how's things been going? You had a great thing happen to you since we've been gone. So
Yes, so
to
I recently moved this week, so it's a lot of new things adjusting. Probably gonna be doing a lot of unboxing and unscrewing and all types of stuff this weekend, but it's
Mhm.
cool. I told the kids we would get out, go look for okay, so where's the closest Walmart now? What do the parks look like? Where's the pool at? What you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just kind of look around, kind of see what's up, get familiar, enjoy ourselves so we can be settled and ready by the time school starts. You know what I'm saying? I don't just want it to still be a new and novel thing.
Mhm.
Y'all running all through the house, y'all up all late, open and closing the garage door and stuff. You know what I'm saying? By the
Yeah.
time school start, hopefully
You
the
got a
newness will
garage?
wear off. Yes, I got a one car garage.
Oh shit!
My oldest daughter already got plans. But yeah, we gotta trap it out though. But you know what I'm saying? Between that and the fact that it's a little bit of summer left, so we gonna see what it do.
Congratulations, man.
I
Congratulations.
appreciate it.
That's big. I mean, we're friends outside of this podcast. So like
Mhm.
we've been talking throughout this journey of like, have you been trying to find
Correct.
this, how you trying to get everything. So it's a beautiful thing when it's a quote that I saw. It was like, when you don't be surprised when all the things that you've been asking God for suddenly fall into your lap.
Yes.
So I'm just so glad that you kept your faith.
Yes.
You
Thank
kept everything
you.
together. I about to
Thank
say we
you.
both on some. I got my crib this year. You got your new
Yes.
spot. You know what I'm
Totally
saying?
new beginnings. New beginnings.
See, classmate shit. When you be in community with good people, good things come to you. But without further ado, you're gonna go get into this topic, and I think this right here is gonna be one of them ones. So basically, you sent me this video, and it was basically saying that men only have sex on women's terms.
Mhm.
And inside of that, it was like so so many times it's like it's almost subconscious that we don't think about these things or have conversation about these things, and then we actually end up falling into this system of like, okay, this right here was how our sex lives look, and so many times that it's actually derived from how the woman feels.
Okay.
So I want to know, like, like, you sent it to me. So what did it
Mhm.
what stirred up in you when you saw
I think it was a good talking
it?
point. Were they in church?
Pretty, I can't say it was. It seems like it was a church type moment, but like
Okay.
they never really went all the way through and actually showed everything. So I just think it was more like a gathering of people, like a
Okay.
seminar or summit or
Well,
something
I
like
feel
that.
like it played on something that I see over and over, whether it's a meme or an AI thing, where it'll be like, so it's been 2 weeks or something, you know what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
Something
Hmm.
of that nature. And the woman will have like an excuse or several excuses. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever the case may be. And there seems to be always a back and forth push and pull about it. And what bothers me, being who I am now, being free from constraints and programming and only using my mind and heart,
Hmm.
I don't like how sex in this culture, it's like it's always got to be a damn bargain. I feel like women feel like, okay, it's something I have to do because he's a good man, whether I want to or not.
Hmm.
Men feel like, well, I paid the rent, so give it to me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You're
It
right. You're
feels like
exactly right.
it's
Yes.
always a bargain or a contract.
Tied to something.
Whatever happened to everybody loves each other enough to get everybody in the mood? Why the hell has that become hard?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
My whole thing is is like that has become hard. Also, what I don't, it's so directly tied to bills.
Mhm.
And I saw, a good point that was made. Okay, you hear men say, okay, well, I'm paying all the bills, then I should be able to get it whenever I want. Then you hear women say, well, I pay 50-50, then I'm going to tell you when I want to, just as much as you tell me when you want to, because I pay half of them. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you got women say, well, if I pay the majority of the bills, then we're going to do what I... When are we going to... When are we going to admit that this ain't about bills? Everybody wants their personal way. Whether
Yes.
it's a man, you'll browbeat it. Oh, well, I am a man and I have needs, as if women don't. Y'all just undisciplined.
Hey.
Women got needs too. Y'all
Yeah.
just undisciplined. And women try to use it as a weapon, or, oh, this didn't go my way. This went bad. So I'm going to have a cold shoulder for a week straight. Or I'm going to have, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Instead of talking about it, what's wrong? Are you mad? No. But you slamming everything and you stomping it. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Are you sure you're not mad? No. And you done got your blanket and your pillow and went and laid downstairs on the couch, but you're not mad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like women weaponize it and men think they deserve it sometimes when they really don't.
I get that. I get that. And when me and you were actually having our conversation, it was more like I had to let you know, like, I've been in the woman's shoes
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, like, as far as like I don't want it, or like I'm not in the mood, I ain't feeling it or anything like that. And like you said, it's like I feel like once we get to the point where like sex isn't the tie to everything, we'll definitely be okay. It's like if you don't get it, male or female, if you don't get it, it's something wrong with the relationship. I've done something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to ask those questions like, are you mad? Are you upset? What did I do?
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably just that it's not that somebody's tired.
Life is life,
Life,
and
it's like life is like it wasn't a good day today, and I don't
mm-hmm.
want to give. And once we realize that like sex is an energy, then we'll start getting further with that too.
Mm-hmm.
And if you give somebody, if you're in a bad mood and you just have sex just to be having sex, the energy is gonna be off. And once you get finished with that act, it's just like all you did was uh tuna sub backwards. That's all you did was tuna sub backwards. And it's like, are
Write it
you
down. Write it down if you're having a hard
if you're
time.
having a hard time, write it down.
Everyone at home, grab a pencil.
I about to say I did. I about to say I'm not a middle finger pointer, so I did. I messed up starting the show, so I want to get a little bit better as the show progresses. But that's all you've done, and it's like some people feel okay with that, and I'm like, once a person who's really in tune with themselves, they don't feel okay. It's just like, man, it's over with.
Right.
And who really wants to leave from a situation feeling like that?
Like, you know what? Why did I even do this? Or what was the point of this? Or what,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Um, okay, so you brought up that sex is an energy.
Hmm.
And when you participate in it with people, it's a high level energy exchange.
Hmm.
And I feel like, how can we, because as a person with children, everybody always told us, don't have sex, or don't, everything was just no.
Hmm.
Or you know what I'm saying? But we didn't understand soul ties. Nobody taught us about anything. Even we're
Hmm.
just really learning ourselves now in regards to energy and how it changes and how it shifts. And why are you even having sex if the only reason you are having sex is tuna sub backwards? That's not even a good enough
No, it's
reason.
not. It's not.
Because
It's
number
not.
one, y'all either don't know or don't care enough about each other for that to be the only reason.
Right.
Y'all aren't old enough to even be doing it to have another reason. You know what I'm saying?
True.
How can we go back? Because we're about solutions
Hmm.
in the Classmates podcast. Men don't blame women, women don't blame men. We come together to find
That's
solutions.
it.
So, how can we teach for this upcoming generation the real value of sex? Because all they know is the cheap thrill. All they care now is the cheap thrill.
You brought up something very, very like enlightening in our conversation. We were speaking on this, and it's just as simple as conversation. People don't talk anymore. It's like if we get in a relationship, it's destined for it to happen. So when it happens, it's gonna happen,
Mhm.
and no conversation is had up until that point.
Dang.
So it's like you want to know like what turns you like you. I know with me, like what turns you on, what turns you off.
Right.
Um, what's something what gets you in the mood, what might throw your mood off.
What is completely against your boundaries?
Exactly. What's the safe word?
Can I
Oh my god!
I can't breathe.
I would lose my mind. Can I do? Blue 42. That's
But didn't it break the atmosphere?
Yes, it
Did
did.
it get your attention? So there you go.
It definitely did. It definitely did. But like, we have to get back into talking about it. It's like people put this negative stigma on conversation that it's like it where people feel like it's almost it's an uncomfortable thing for them to actually have a conversation
Yes.
about these type of things. Um, I don't know, KB. I just feel like that right there is the first thing that we need to do is actually just have some forums where we actually have open conversation about how to talk about sex.
Mhm.
Um, we grew up in a time where we had what's her name, Dr. Ruth, and all that. And even
Yeah.
though and don't get me, even though it was like for our age group when we was coming up, it was very very explicit. Like we probably shouldn't have been listening to it or
Up too
anything like
late.
that.
Yeah.
But it was organic conversation. And she got people calling into the show that was actually like, how do I do this and how do I do
Yes.
that? It was normal. Sex is a part of life.
Mhm.
It has to be talked about in a normal way, just like anything else does.
Right.
And because it's just so many negative stigmas that are put on it, as far as like who you doing it with and how you doing it and all this and all, no, we don't need to talk about
Mhm.
it. Yes, we do. Because you think about this: if you dealing with a woman, or vice versa, you dealing with someone, and you might not know that they like the opposite sex too.
Mhm.
And then you mess around and you get serious with this woman, or you get serious with this man, and then you lose it. You lose your woman to another woman. It's like,
Mhm.
this was in you all
The
this
time.
time. We could have piloted this thing
We could have been a team,
Well,
girl.
yeah.
You
but
being
but
selfish.
but because we don't have conversations, like we hurt people's feelings by not talking about certain
Mm.
things, and not saying that that's the way that every situation is supposed to go. Like you're supposed to be invited to everybody's party or anything
Mm.
like that. But if you had a conversation with it, it might have been something where like you both were comfortable with.
Right.
So, I mean, first and foremost, I feel like it should be conversation. And I ask you, like, other than conversation, what do you feel like? What would be ways for us to actually get back to actually have like sex being healthy, or sex being like something that we can talk about? Like, how do we get back to that point other than
Um.
conversation?
So the over we can't change society, but we can change how we view things in our homes and stuff like that. The over sexualization almost makes people act like it is a big deal
Hmm.
because this is the way people are dressing very sexy. People are, but then it's also you see it so much you blind.
Hmm.
You really aren't having those conversations. You really are, you know what I'm saying? One thing that I noticed the whole like for women's health and young women's health, one thing I've noticed over the past few years, while teen pregnancy has gone down and like older age pregnancy has gone up, what are these young women doing to their bodies taking all these Plan Bs like candy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that goes into because we not having a conversation. Y'all would rather have a conversation about who gonna give me a ride to Walgreens to get a Plan B
Mm-hmm.
than to have pre-had that conversation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
and a lot of it is young, but a lot of us for like our age group, what is our excuse? Like, why are we not having those real conversations, though they may be uncomfortable? How can you be comfortable naked in front of somebody, but you wasn't comfortable talking
Talking to
about this before? You know
him.
what I'm saying? And maybe I'm a talker, so maybe this is
Yes.
easy for me to say.
Right.
You
Right.
know what
Right.
I'm saying? Maybe
Mm-hmm.
for somebody else that grew up and there's stigma. If you grew up not being able to talk about certain stuff, or you grew up sex is bad, or you grew up with these illusions, when you got ready to have it yourself, your subconscious still feels like that. You're gonna do it because you want to do it, but you're not gonna talk about it because it's bad. You're gonna do it because you want to do it, but you're not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Is you still living with certain things that you had when you was young because you wasn't allowed to be open. Now everything about it is bad and wrong and dirty. You know what I'm saying? When no, it's not. You're a grown person and you can't even express. You can't. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Right.
Simple things. You put yourself in a potentially life-threatening situation without having a conversation about said situation. Is wild. I know plenty of people. Oh, I did this. I got pregnant. You want to keep the baby. They don't want to keep the baby. Why, beloved? Did y'all not have this
Say
conversation
exactly.
before now? Well, we did, but then this and then you still did it unprotected.
Makes no
It
sense.
makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
So we even get into our older age, and for some reason, even comes down to when you're young. Sometimes our parents teach us like fake words like wee and stuff like that. They're not. They don't even teach you the real word for the anatomy.
Mm-hmm.
So you grow up with a subconscious shame. You 25 years old and can't say penis out loud. And then, well, it's no wonder that maybe you can't talk about it with a woman either. You 30 years old and you still saying poo poo. You know what I'm saying? If you
Right.
don't grow the hell up, that's why you can't talk. And some of it comes from people not fully talking to us growing up. And so when we get in those spaces, we can't fully talk to each other.
That's true.
I think that's a sidebar that I think. That's not everybody. That's people that grew up in extremely strict, extremely maybe religious and confined homes where, like I said, everything they was told about sex was bad.
And I feel like I had the what me and like a lot of people that I was around, like it was the opposite way. Because even though we were in church and everything like that, most of our homes or most of the places I went to, like sex was a conversation,
Okay.
and it was a healthy conversation. It's like, look, know you're gonna get tempted. Know it's gonna be like you're starting to feel feelings that you never felt before. You're starting to see things that you starting to see things in ways that you never saw them before. Where you might have in a southern house, where you might have saw your mama or your aunt or something walking around the house, they ain't had nothing on. You're not looking at your mama or your auntie like that. But once you pop one of the movies in, it's like, oh, this is what what the girls gonna be having. It changed your mind up. You know what I'm saying? You started seeing things from like, okay, I ain't looking at mama. I'm not looking at you. I can't look at this woman like my mama because she's far from that. But like she got
The same makeup.
yes, and I like her makeup, and I like her makeup. So it was like, if you feel like you're going to do it, make sure you be careful. Like condoms were always a thing when it came to us. I can't say that I use them a lot especially when I first started off. It was like, okay, I really was the late bloomer. Like everybody
Yeah.
always told me, they was like, you the last person to have sex. You're gonna be the first person with a kid. Last person
Wow.
to have sex, first one with a kid.
Dang.
That actually happened. You know what I'm saying? So it was. I knew what I was doing when I was doing it. It wasn't a situation where like I was just all naive and whatnot. And it was definitely a conversation. I'm like, shoot, I don't want you to go nowhere, and I ain't trying to trap you or nothing like that. But I see a future with you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that was like on like after like 2 or 3 weeks of us talking. Boy, was I wrong. We still cool, but at the end of the day, it's like it didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go.
Okay.
But it was, like you said, the conversation was there. and just I don't want to keep on harping on the same thing over and over and over again. But like you said, it's just like it's just it's the nature of the beast is just like it's just this unhealthy, wrong thing for us to actually be talking about,
Mhm.
and it should never ever ever be that way. And you actually like we were actually on this campaign together where we were actually going around talking to people about abortions.
Facts.
We were talking and like you would be surprised how many people, and I know I'm pretty sure I can speak for both of us when I say this, how many people actually wanted to have the conversation.
Mhm.
They didn't see it as being bad or anything like that. Whether they agreed with it or if they didn't agree with it, it was just like
They
it was
were
still a
open to the
they were open to
conversation.
having the conversation. And I feel like that's where we are right now because we don't have because we don't talk, because we don't make ourselves available, because we don't make it be where it's okay to actually talk about these things. It's so many people who want to talk about it and want to actually open up about it, but they don't have anybody that's on their level to actually talk to them about it. Like, how you
Yes.
feel about that?
So I think it comes down to how some people are raw and they're looking for someone to accept that and talk that through with them. Some people are a little bit more shy, but the people that are raw, they ready and willing and open, but they're afraid is somebody gonna not receive me because I am this raw, because I am this honest,
Hmm.
because of the questions I am asking. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? Which that is good and will help you, you know what I'm saying, get to the bottom of stuff. But some people may not say nothing for fear of being too real.
True.
Like,
Hmm.
am I gonna scare off the conversation if I keep it real? You know what I'm saying?
And listen, I've actually had I would never call anybody out. I would just say that I just respected the person for them actually being able to be that honest about the situation.
Okay.
We got to it was me and this young lady, and we got to that point where it's like, okay, she getting a little hot right now. Like
Okay.
she getting hot and the stuff getting stiff. How we gonna play this situation?
Yeah.
And she told me, she was like, as much as I want to, I can't.
Mhm.
Why not? She's like, I had to go get something handled. What are we? She was like, I had to go downtown to get something handled. Basically, she had caught something. She
Okay.
had got something from
Well, thank
somebody.
you for telling me.
And
Thank you
so
for
many and so many times and this situation that we in, I saw a post last week that said that
HSV.
that AIDS and herpes medicine getting y'all thick as hell.
Yes, that
You
was
saw
funny.
that?
That was funny.
But at the end of the day, it's like because
Anybody with an AIDS or herpes prescription that they don't need, hit me up. Hit me up. I'm saying you're gonna die anyway. They said the medicine got them thick. I'm just trying to see something real quick. You gonna die anyway. Let me hold the script. I'll pay you. I'm just trying to see if they lying or not. I don't know if they lying or not. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see what that be like.
Yo.
I don't know what something. I'm trying. What did I do today? Something.
I'm about to say
Something's
something.
on. Something's going on. This needs to be studied today.
Oh my god. Let me get together back. Let me get it back together, y'all.
It started with the safe word.
Yes, it did.
Downhill from there.
But anyway, if people would just have the boldness of that young lady
Mm-hmm.
and like we just can't because of me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it wouldn't be where people can actually make these posts actually talk about things in the way they talk about them. Because it will be like careful people has gone a little bit too. I will say that a lot of people be like, "Oh, okay, if I got it, I'm gonna give it away."
Yeah,
That's
like
not
the revenge
cool.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not
I'm
cool. You know
glad
what I'm
that's
saying?
illegal in North Carolina now.
Like it should never be that way where it's just like, okay, it's something that I got to deal with. So the next person to come along, they're gonna have to deal with it too. Like transparency is real when it comes to these type of situations. You have to, have to be transparent in these situations. I saw if it comes to it, my chart everybody that you actually want to talk to.
Honey, my chart party. Look, it's are you familiar with Paul's Law? It's a man that be on Facebook. He does a lot of juicing, a lot of holistic, a
Mm-mm.
lot of vegan stuff, but he talks about cleanses, he talks about parasite. He's hilarious though. He's
Mm.
very serious about his material and his health, but he throw in he wow with it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So then he was like, people ask me what is it good for a first date? How much should you spend on a first date? This, and that.
Mm.
He said, forget that. First date, we going to the clinic. He was like, you
Mm.
gonna think, he said, I'm gonna pull up, I'm gonna open the door for you. You gonna think we finna ride. We gonna pull up in front of that clinic. You gonna be like, what is this? He gonna be like, the clinic. This our first date, girl. Come on. And then he was like, and then I'm gonna have to talk to the nurses. Give me the thumbs up or the thumbs down, nurse. But do you know how dope that is? Like, but me being quirky and
Mhm.
not really caring
You
about
would
how
love
people
it.
think, a first date at the clinic, man, we could vlog. That shit would be hilarious. You know what I'm saying? That would be hilarious.
But
You better take me somewhere to eat for real after that, though. But low key, I mean, first date, the clinic. I mean, he was dead serious. He
yeah.
was like, basically, I love myself, and I've been celibate before, and
Yeah.
in the words of Snoop Dogg, ain't no loving good enough to get burned while I'm with it. And it's still to this day. So
Yes.
I thought that was dope. A lot of people would shy away from that. I've even saw it and read it where people suggest that, okay, before we be intimate, let's both get tested. Let's have
Mhm.
our results sent to each other. Let's
Yes.
this and that.
Mhm.
I think that's awesome. So many people cannot handle that are adults.
I have now me personally, like I'm a very, very transparent person. I've somebody done hit me with the okie doke before. So glad that I was able to go downtown and actually get some pills, you know. But
Because it could have been worse.
it definitely could have been worse. But at the end of the day, it's like it's a hurting feeling when somebody comes to you and they tell you like, look, this is what's going on, and you're the only person that I've been with.
Mm.
Like, wait, hold on here now. It makes you reevaluate everything. What did I do? Who was I with? Was it a drunk night? Was it somebody that like all of these things come into play? And it's like to you don't want to be one of those people where you always have to think about something because somebody that I really really cared about and I really really love got hurt behind me doing some foul ass shit. You know what I'm saying? So and knowing me, it changed my whole mindset about actually going to the doctor, making sure I had insurance, making sure I can actually do these things because of just that one person. It's just like I didn't want to hurt her.
Right.
And it was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's like I know you're not lying because I was the one that was I was bouncing between two. I was bouncing between the two. So
Just being a little thought.
I was. I was. And when, like I said, with this one right here, I knew she was all about me. The other one, I can't say that. I can't say that. But it's like when she told me, it's like I know you. It don't gotta go no further than me going to talk to just this one other person.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I know where it came from. I know who to deal with. I know who not to deal with.
Anymore.
Anymore. I apologize. Like I know I hurt you. And whatever comes from this right here, however you feel about it, it is what it is. If you say, Jason, fuck you, I never want to see you a day in my life ever again, I have to accept it because I put you through something. And I don't want anybody to go out here and get hemmed up for you to have these feelings. Don't do that. Don't do what I did. Just do what I'm saying, and just take better care of yourself. And like we've been talking about this whole have conversations. If you talking to somebody and within their conversation they can tell you that they done been through this and they've been through that and I've been through this and I've been through that and I've been through this and I've been through that, that person probably has some uh um what's the word that I can say that?
Baggage. Oh
No, they
no.
got some. They got some friendly lower regions.
Okay,
They got friendly lower regions.
gotcha.
If they can tell you about all these different situations they've been through, as far as this, as far as that. When you ask them, have you ever had to go downtown,
Mhm.
and they are reluctant to talk to you about that, you know
There's
that
your
there you
answer.
go. Put it all the way out there. But I'm not gonna be. I'm not. I done fell for the. Like I said, I fell
Feel
for
for
the
the
okie
okie
doke
doke
before,
before.
and I'm not gonna like. I can't do that to nobody else. Especially if you say you care. If you, that you care about somebody, or
Mhm.
like if you actually get to that point where you want to do something with somebody, you should want to make sure that their health is taken care of, that your health is taken care of. But nowadays, people just don't give a fuck, and it's not, and that's not okay, man. It is totally not okay. And I feel like we done flipped up what our topic was a little
The
bit.
access to
Yeah,
sex, or
yeah.
or women. Well, how did they word it? Women determine
Mm-hmm.
the terms of sex.
Yes.
Okay.
And let's and to get back to that. I know we done took y'all on the roller coaster. The safe word threw us off.
I'll accept that this time.
Carolina Blue, y'all.
Now
But
I have to change it.
but as far as like, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like women dictate like most sexual encounters, or like what's actually done in the bedroom? How do you feel about that? As you
For
being
the
able
most part,
okay.
yes. I think that hmm, married and single, it may be different.
Okay.
I feel like women do dictate the terms majority of the time. Married, it's not necessarily true.
Hmm.
Um, because so much more sex ends up being out of obligation.
Okay.
Which is that good? Maybe not. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
nah. If I gotta feel obligated to give you some penis, I'm probably not gonna want to give it to you.
But here's the thing: we grow up under the societal idea that, well, if you don't do it, somebody else is gonna do it, or that you're not a good woman or
Hmm.
wife. You know what I'm saying? If you're not available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Hmm.
And that thought process is kind of turning.
Yeah.
But like I said, we grew up in a little bit older time, and those that taught us was definitely from the old school. Them women
Mm.
didn't even, unfortunately, a lot of the women that we learned from don't even have a concept of bodily autonomy or respect.
Hmm.
So in that respect, when it comes to like I said, a marriage situation, or even not necessarily, because some women behave like they're married and they're not. It's just a
True.
relationship or
Hmm.
a sexual relationship. Because of those old-fashioned thought processes, um, women don't be running it as much as you think.
Hmm.
And a lot of, like I said, a lot of that comes from fear and
Hmm.
obligation.
Okay. Um, I'm just trying to think of. I don't know. Like we talk about this all the time, and every time we have conversations like this, it's like I feel like I'm the exception to the rule to a lot of this
And it
shit.
happens. I think it's just a brain thing that we have, because when
Hmm.
I talk to a lot of women, or they'll say something and I'm smiling and I'm nodding, and in my
Hmm.
mind I'm like, what the fuck are you? But I find that I don't share a lot of ideas with women.
Yeah,
That seems to be the group think of women.
yeah,
So when you find yourself to be the oddball or on the out, I get it. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
And it's like I don't know, because like you said, we're talkers. So a lot of these things that happen to people is because they don't like having conversation, or they don't know how to talk, or they feel like cursing their way. They can curse their way out of something. But I feel
Okay.
like if you have to use vulgar language in everything that you do, you're very, very unintelligent.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. Yeah, you got to clean it up sometimes.
So with me, as far as like women dictating sex with me,
Mhm.
Can't say that it's been a situation where it's like I've had to well, if I had to beg for it, I'd be like, okay, well, look, what's if you don't like, I've never had to be in it. If you don't do it, somebody else is going to do it.
Okay.
There's going to be a conversation. Like, look, this is not working for me. Like this, I can't continue. It can't continue to be like this. Whatever it is that has you in a funk where you don't want me to touch you, where you don't want to do anything with me, we
Mhm.
need to talk about that and get that situated because I'm at that point where I'm feeling like I might want to go on this cross.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Um, when I'm with you, I'm with you.
Mhm.
When I'm not, I'm not. And it's just that simple with me. It's like if you let me be for the streets, oh, I'm all up in them. But if you put me on the sidewalk, I have no problem with actually playing on the sidewalk, skipping down the sidewalk, all of that.
That's what's
Whatever
up.
whatever area that you give, whatever lane or whatever area that you give me, as far as like what we do in the bedroom, I'm taking the area of the lane that you give me. But it has to be some compromise in that. Um, I'm gonna say this, and if you have to, if this is your partner
Mhm.
that you're dealing with, and you feel like you have to beg for intimacy,
Mm.
either y'all need counseling,
Yes.
y'all need to find a neutral party, and if you're married, make sure you find somebody that's married. Do not go out here and be like, okay, my homegirl Susie Jane, that got 14 different boyfriends, and she can keep all 14 of them happy. You do not go talk to her because Susie Jane gonna give you the most fucked up advice there is for you to have because she's never been married before.
Mhm.
You need to find somebody who's in your situation, find somebody who is trained to do this right, you're trained to do these things, and y'all go talk about that thing.
Yes.
Like, don't let it just sit there and fester and just become more of a problem that you don't need to have, or like you or that or find it somewhere, or you find yourself where you're actually looking to actually make those phone calls, or looking online and trying to do all these things. Like, we have to get to the point where we're honest and transparent about these things. Like, ain't no holding ain't no holding out if you talk about it. You know what I'm saying? You know what the other person is going through
Yes.
if you talk about it. If you don't, your mind can go wherever you want it to go. But that's not the other person's fault. That's
That is
yours.
true.
That's your fault. Um, I had a sit like I ran like me and my ex fiance. We had a little spurt where like we were just the energy in the house was screwed up. Um, things just won't right. You know what I'm saying? It really got to the point where, and it's gonna sound screwed up, but I got to the point where I'd rather go to the bathroom and watch a video than to do anything with her.
Oh wow.
And it was just because of conversation, laying in the bed together, and just like the little simple, subtle things. Like, if I'm used to you being up under me, or like you at least got your toe on me or something like that. Now I'm always in the corner of the bed and ain't got nothing. And ain't
Right.
got nothing. Ain't got nothing on me.
What happened?
What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And not wanting to have, like, I can say that was one of the moments where I didn't open my mouth about anything. It's just like we've been together for 3.5 years. It should just be a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be like, I know if I rub my finger up your crack, you gonna like, you realize it's always worked. Why ain't it working now?
Now, is this thing on?
Yeah. Where's the switch?
Yeah.
you
So, but
know?
okay. So about as far as those memes where you see all the time the men complaining, it's been 2 weeks. So I don't really know. I mean, I have friends. I know people. I've been. You may be going through a depression.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it may be a health thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Nobody sitting up there ain't gay their husband in 2 weeks.
You will be surprised.
I mean, maybe so.
Yeah.
But my thing is, barring mental or physical problems, I
Hmm.
really don't see that happening a whole lot because you have those women that will give you this here, nigga, damn, coochie.
Yeah.
And so 2 weeks ain't gonna be done went by.
That's
You done
true.
got something.
That's
You
true.
know what I'm
I
saying?
do
It
get
might
that.
not have
Yeah.
been extremely
But
participatory, but
yeah.
you got something. You know?
But it's some people out here that like they use it like you said, like we spoke to her earlier. It's a power and control thing. And the more that I can keep it from you and you don't go nowhere,
Mm, that's dirty.
like you still it's
It's a dirty
dirty.
game.
Yes, it's a dirty game. Like it's been 2 weeks and and he's still right up under me, or she's still right up under me, and I'm out here doing whatever it is that I want to. Like you might not be cheating, but I'm out here doing whatever it is that I want to do, being whoever face I want to be in, and they still right here, and I ain't gave the cookies up. That's like it's so screwed up. But you have people that will actually do that, and boy, oh boy, don't try it with me.
So
Do
what is
not.
their the control? That's all they're trying to do. Like, what is your end game?
And I don't know what like that right there's the thing. I really don't know what I guess it's just like just to see do I have this
Puppet
power?
strings.
Yeah, do I have this power? Like, can I continue to move this person the way that I'm moving them? Like, I can say like go to Bumfuck China and get me some ice cream. You ain't getting no cooch at the end, but you go get my ice cream. And they bring the ice cream back, you gonna send them to West Bumfuck the next
Ah,
time. You know what I'm saying?
go get the spoons
Go
from
get
over
yeah,
there.
you. And it's and I like I said, I'll never get that. I'll never get it. But like it's the things that people like the things that people say and the conversations that we've like the spaces I've been in where this is talked about, it's just amazing the plethora of reasons why people do these things as far as like just the holding out part, the holding out piece. Um I would say throughout my endeavors with my friends, my homeboys, and everything like that, I feel like they will come to me and say that something about their chick not doing it before is something that they not doing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
man, I ain't about to go. I'm not about to go to the house and do nothing with her. Ain't none of my dogs ever said that.
Okay.
But I have had some like, man, I don't even know if I want to go to the crib because I know she ain't gonna do nothing. I know she don't want to do nothing.
Mm,
Why don't she want to do anything though, bro?
mm,
Why don't she want to do anything? And like people don't want to talk about that. But I know some of my homeboys are like, I ain't gonna say I can't say now because my circle is very, very small. But when I was dealing with a whole lot of people, she probably don't want to do anything with you, my boy, because you a creep. For me, I was for like a lot of times I had to take myself away from a lot of my people because I was the only single guy, you know.
okay.
A lot of our homeboys had girlfriends or they had wives and anything like that. You cannot be out here with me like and expect for your mate to feel like everything is gonna be cool, everything is gonna be okay. Everybody knows how I was at one
Mm,
point. Like I'm on bullshit. I'm out here to not conquer, but if I can, I'm gonna take as many down as I can because I'm single. I can do what I want to do.
mm,
That stigma is not for you. And if she has any notion or any thought that okay, you with Jason, so you got to be doing the same thing that Jason is doing,
mm.
take yourself out of that. Take yourself out of that. But a lot of dudes are just they should just be some fucked up people, and that's be the reason why it's like that's why she ain't doing anything. That's why it's like, and that's vice versa too. It's some fucked up ass females out here too
Yeah.
that be doing some old foul ass fucked up shit, and it's like I don't. I don't know what you did last night. I don't know what you did last summer. So I don't know what you did last summer, so it ain't but so far that I really want to take it with you. And like people just gotta start to understand that piece, you know. And I'm, I'm just one of those people. Once I'm off of you, I'm off of you.
Yes. Can I get
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, once I'm off you, I'm off you. And sometimes sex is one of the reasons why, if that's the type of relationship that we have, that's all like, okay, we're gonna get up, the sex is amazing, that's what we do. If you take that from me or you make it hard for me to get that, and that's the only thing that we have in this relationship, what the fuck am I gonna continue to deal with you for?
Okay.
I mean, it might sound screwed up, KB, but like, nah, I don't feel like it is. I really don't feel like it is. But I don't know. Like, I don't feel like anybody should be a dictator over that if that is something that you've given to somebody already. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You uh the basic, I would love to see love return back to
Mm-hmm.
love. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I would love to see sex privatized again. And so then maybe we can cultivate the better attitudes.
True indeed.
Or okay, well, women control the access to sex. Well, men, well, if you would have did this, then I would have did that, and all this stuff.
Right.
Whereas if the mutual love and care was there, not who pays what bill,
Right.
not well, I could get all these men, or I could get all these women, or I could
Mm.
just the mutual love and care for each other will help you understand the dry week and help you rev up when it's not. You know what I'm saying? And it should be like a yin and yang. Because
Yes.
men, I mean, they may be stressed. They may be under things that cause them to have like a lower sex drive. You
Hmm.
can't then say, "Oh well, you must already did something. You was cheating," or you know what I'm
And
saying?
that's usually how it goes. You ain't trying to. She don't want to have sex with me, so I know you done tune us up somewhere
Yeah.
else. But when you spoke to that, as far as like putting the love back into the situation, and I thank God for my grandparents, man, that I was able to see a 59-year marriage in front of my eyes for 30 years. Like, I know it probably was years that they went, because once you get older, it's like your body doesn't work the same way.
Correct.
It's it might be like my grandfather got to the point where like he couldn't move around, like he had to be assisted in doing everything. But I know my grandma loved the fuck out of that man.
Mm-hmm.
I asked her, I said, "Grandma," and they was in there. I know my grandpa was like, my grandpa was probably like 88, because my grandpa was 89 when he passed. So he probably like 87, 88. I asked my grandma, I said, "Grandma, when was the last time y'all did something?" Like, y'all gotta remember what, like, me and my grandma are like best friends. We talk about everything. Let me put that out there to the world. But I said, "Grandma, when was the last time y'all did something?" She's like, about 5, 6 years. 5, 6 years ago. Are you serious? Like,
Well, they old, Jason.
and that right there is, I get it. And no, and you probably thinking that I'm like, 5 or 6 years ago is not that long of a time for y'all old lads that have been and done something. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it had to be love
Mm-hmm.
that got them through those, well, when they couldn't do anything, when they was going through the health situation, where they had to learn about sex drives and all these other things, because because they're like two generations before us. It's like
Mm-hmm.
they don't know as much as we know about everything that we know.
Yeah.
So it had to be that staying power that kept them
Yeah,
together.
and that's another thing too. A lot, even marriages. Talking back, like where the video referenced. I see you see so many things. Well, what if you when you get older and keep yourself up and work out and this and that and the third, and we have to realize some of this stuff is going to fade and change. What else was it built on then?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When
Hmm.
the sex is gone, what do your marriage have?
Right.
Or relationship or
Right.
whatever, you know what I'm saying, like that. And so I think some people have so much fullness in their relationship other than that, that's why they don't stress sex too.
That's, yeah.
And their partner may wonder or may want it more, but it's because it's a part. It's
Mhm.
a room in the house.
Yeah.
It isn't the whole house. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And I think that is fair to add too, that knowing your person.
That's it.
If a person has a generally low sex drive and somebody else has a generally high sex drive, just because y'all like each other don't mean y'all is gonna change.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Or that you're
Yes.
gonna always be able to compromise too. I think people don't, when people are sometimes open about sex, they don't listen. They just think they can change the other person.
Man, we were talking about this before we started the show today. Man, I had one of the dopest experiences as far as a sexual encounter that wasn't sexual. Not gonna put this young lady's name out there because I like her a lot and I'm trying to hold on to her. Don't know where it's gonna go, and I'm always one of those people where I'm not gonna put all my eggs in one basket, but I'm definitely not gonna let up off for her right now. So, but what she said is like, I'm not at a point where I'm ready to. She's like, sex is important. She's like, if it's not good, if the sex is not good, she's like, it's not going. The relationship probably is not gonna work. She was like, but I'm not at a position now where that's something that I want to do. She's like, I'm not gonna give it to you. She's like, but what we can do is visualize about it. I'm like, come again? She's like, yeah, hold my hands and just think about what it looks like. Think about what it sounds like. I'm like, it had never happened to me before. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody has ever like tried to like create an experience like that for me as far as like when it comes to sex. And the shit was just so fucking dope to me because it made me want to like 10 times more. You know what I'm saying? It's like now I got can I hold on?
To the visual.
Can I hold on to the visual? And I don't hold on to the visual like she gave me something to actually look forward to when it comes to her.
Yes.
And then on top of that, she was like, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?"
Mhm.
That is a question that you should ask everybody that you deal with because you need to
Facts.
know what type of future this person has or what type of things this person has set up for themselves because you need to see, can you fit inside of that? If you can't, then sex is not even a conversation you need to be fucking having.
True. At all.
I mean, if not unless you understand, not unless you go into an understanding like, okay, this is just a one night stand. We're gonna hit it and quit it, and don't please, or please don't catch no feeling.
Don't tell nobody neither.
You can be the mouthpiece now. I'm different when it comes to that. I'm very. Hey, listen. You can be a mouthpiece for me now. You definitely can, cause I ain't gonna speak on that. I can't speak on one. Can't speak on a good situation. Then back and then follow it up with with some craziness.
Right, there we go. Tighten up. Tighten up.
Carolina Blue.
Oh my god.
Oh man. But I'm looking at the time. I know my dog got some stuff she has to do today. I got a meeting that I got to get to as well. So, how you feeling? How you feeling right now? How you like? I know we said this gonna be a conversation you actually want to bring some people in. Last few conversations that we've actually had, we said that we want to bring people into these conversations. But I'm gonna be totally honest with you. We need you watching the show. We need you interacting with the show. We need you to let us know that you actually want to be a part or actually want to come on to the show. The people who have reached out to us, I will say that like we gotta. I can't say that we gotta do a better job, but like we will be reaching out to you guys soon.
Thanks.
Like we do want to make this a little bit more interactive with people. Um, I will say that we got to screen folks. Like we know what we want on our show. You know, it ain't. We don't want a bunch of unnecessary stuff, like a bunch of craziness, anything like that. We have fun, but it's structured to what we do too.
Right.
So we just want to make sure that we're actually bringing the right people and actually doing the right things when we actually talk about our show. Like this is our baby. We've been trying to birth this thing for a couple of years now. Now that it's here, we're going to make sure that we do it the right way.
There
So
we go.
just make sure we do it the right way. But I'm feeling pretty good, man. 13 is another completion number. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those big moves. Like when you once you get there, it's like okay, we are all the way locked in. If you think about it, 13 shows, like 3 months.
Yeah,
Kind of dope, man.
it is. It
That's
is.
kind of dope, man. Um, I'm gonna tell this story because I feel like we really haven't told this story. Like this show came about because of our interaction on social media and everything like that. People were like, y'all just click with it. Y'all click whenever y'all talk. It's like y'all don't have to agree on everything, but y'all can still have conversation. I really want y'all to understand that it has been like that literally sixth to sixth grade. I know I done pissed this woman off. She done got me. She done got under my skin a few times. But like we've always been able to talk and actually have conversation. So once we got people actually coming to us saying like, look, this is what y'all need to do. Like y'all would thrive in this right here.
Mhm.
We started thinking about it right then, and it's just been a couple of years that it's just been trial and error, trial and error. Talk to this person, talk to that person, talk to this person, talk to that person.
And then life happening in between
Yes.
those years, all types of curveballs every time we thought.
Mhm. So this opportunity came about like once I realized that I had a producer right upstairs from my office. I'm like, this is perfect. Let me go talk to him. And once I pitched everything to this man, he was like, look, y'all got full autonomy of what y'all want to do. He was like, if you're gonna be under the if you're gonna be under the umbrella, just make sure that it's like this and it's like that. And he pretty much said that, look, it's your show. Y'all do what y'all do. And I just went ahead and just put it into the flow of everything. And then that's when I called her. I'm like, look, everything is set up. I just need you to come. Sometimes you have to be the kickstart for your people.
Woo! That happened to me in my family this
Yeah.
week. I
Okay.
definitely understand
Hmm.
when it need to be done, it need to be
It went exactly, and it needed to be done. I said, "Let's get this shit done."
done. There you
And
go.
now we at episode 13.
There you go.
So there we go. But like I was stating earlier, just want y'all to just start being a little bit more interactive with the show. Hopefully, within the next couple of weeks, we'll be able to be a little bit more interactive with like people can actually like do some live type stuff. I don't know how that's gonna look, but that's something we're actually looking into. But we're definitely gonna keep y'all posted on all of those things, man. So without further ado, I just want to say thank you to my beautiful co-host, my dog,
Thank you. Thank you.
Hood Iyanla. To our amazing producer, Mr. Trey Schneid, and Extra Radio. And I just want to hang on. I've never been a big pat myself on the back type of guy, but I will say that I'm gonna chunk the deuces to all the haters because we got this shit done when y'all didn't think we was gonna do. So,
There we go.
but y'all continue to support, continue to run those views up. We are 13 episodes in. I will say that I want to see the numbers from the old episodes go up a little bit more because we got some great content. And I say that my nephew is 23 years old. And when he came to me today and said, like, look, y'all have something amazing going on here. When I didn't even think that he would even be watching the podcast,
Mhm.
that's how I knew that we really, really got something. So y'all continue to tap in, tap in, tap in. I am your host with the most, Mr. A Rod. Go hard. This is,
KB.
and that bell is ringing. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.